You can garden here in Las Vegas. If you just bought a house here, you just moved here from different parts of the country, you'll realize that we can garden here year-round. Cool season crops, warm season crops.
Admittedly, we don't have the best native soil for vegetables, so the first step in starting a garden is soil supplementation.
The soil is the most important part of your garden, so if you really invest more in the soil and get that ready and alive, then you can add whatever you want to plant. I would say start small. You can do containers. You can also do raised beds, and then that way you can control the soil and the watering and the exposure of it.
Raised beds are very popular here in Las Vegas. You can get it up off the ground. You don't have to dig this hard soil. You know there's good drainage. Set your irrigation into play and make your raised bed so that you're able to reach into the center of it and get around it and maybe put a little edge on it so you can sit down and harvest your vegetables.
One great advantage we have here is more suitable months for gardening than much of the rest of the country has, but you do have to get the timing right to make the most of them.
Timing is really critical here to get your crops in the spring in early enough before the heat comes in. You should not plant in the middle of summer, in the heat of the summer. That will set you up for failure. Wait until fall to put in your cool season crops.
And no one will consider it cheating to enlist the help of a few natural allies.
Worms are not indigenous to the Mojave Desert, so we do have to get the worms. These are red wigglers. And then we also have some African night crawlers because they seem to do okay. I put scraps in there from my garden or from my kitchen, and they eat them, and then what comes out is this beautiful, rich soil. I also have other little critters growing in there, but that's all part of the decomposition and what makes it really rich.
Las Vegas receives less than 4 inches of rain a year, so proper and sufficient watering will be crucial, especially to nurse those plants through our blazing hot summers.
You should have a good drip irrigation system. Cover that with a nice mulch. That's going to help retain the moisture and keep the soil cool during the heat of the summer.
Long hot summer days might not seem conducive to anything regarding gardening, but they're actually a great time to plan for the fall season. But both our experts agree, don't plan too big at first.
I think sometimes people think that an edible garden means like it's just acres and acres of food, but you can just have a container like a whiskey barrel or something and have some greens and some other things in there, and you've got some edible things happening there.
These are just a few ideas to get you started on creating your own produce section right in your own backyard. We think you'll find that gardening in the desert will be greatly rewarding, especially when you have such tremendous resources available here at the Springs Preserve, along with eager gardeners ready to help you with any and all your questions.
There's always a gardener available here at the Springs Preserve to help you and answer questions if you do need help.